Blackskins podcast, Wisdom Wednesday. Let's get going.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 202903110.
That's happening. Well, wisdom. I got a lot of wisdom I can share with you today. First off, I love when and being part of the Blackskins. I have talked to my sources that made this and made this apparel for us and other pieces. And I'm looking forward to not just having the jumpsuits and this here is the baseball jersey. Have a football jersey, the black and white that you see me wear. Then the gray with the black 3R pearl across it, that's the basketball warm-up. T-shirts, we got the one T-shirt that just got this logo on it with the big logo on the back. And we also have the T-shirt with the American flag here. And the Blackskins logo on the back. So we got a little variety. The one thing that we will be adding to the lineup will be a varsity jacket. A nice thick one too, but we'll be able to put our different numbers and logos on. I think to keep it simple, my varsity jacket will probably just have a 3R Pro 23, the Blackskins, and then the flag. Keep it simple. So my wife, she'll do a jumpsuit with a hoodie, an actual long hoodie, a tank top, a tee, some leggings, and two different varsity jackets, like a gray, feminine, stylish varsity jacket, and black varsity jacket. That way, we have everything under one umbrella as far as men and women active gear. I want to give them active gear so people can remain active, because you can't stop going out and doing your best in life. You can't stop walking. You can't stop exercising. You can't stop doing anything. Because anything you stop doing, potentially, you won't be able to do it anymore. So you got to do it till you can't do it no more. Give it your best. Be blessed. But don't settle for the less of doing nothing. Sitting back. Because that's how you attack your own self. Smack your own self down. Because you ain't hold it down. You ain't keep going round like you were supposed to. You thought that you could defy the timeline. The only way you lose, definitely, is when you think you can defy or define the timeline. Can't none of us define the timeline. Our timeline is based off of the clarity that we have with the Creator. Knowing what He wants you to do. Knowing that everything in the world is happening for you when you're thinking about it from the perspective of what the Creator is doing. When you thinking about what man is doing, the only thing you can think about is what they doing to you. What he doing to me? Because in your mind, it's hard to think that men are doing things for you. Because it's easy for us to always look at things from the perspective of negativity and think people out to get us. Some people are out to get you, so you better have your mind in that capacity. Things happen for us, for our good. And the faster we recognize it, the faster we can move towards the resolution. Another solution. A solution that don't just benefit, but a solution that allowed you to get what the Creator wanted you to have. I am going through processes in my life right now where folks at least have to acknowledge, yes, we know that you was wrong, but we're not responsible. Well, guess what? Since the craft the letter so well, they ask, if you have any other questions, please come to us. Now, why would they say that? Because they already know. All right, we ain't liable for all this bread. But ask me, and I got to tell you who is. I am. Looking forward to asking. The words say ask. They sent me a letter directed to me. Typed out and everything. Nobody signed it, though. Nobody took ownership. But risk management, I know exactly where their office is now. I know what they got to say. Now, what I want to know from you is what you said. I want to rebut it. Not rebut it in a way where I don't agree with what you said, but I want to take what you said and hold you accountable to what you said. So, let's read clearly what was said. Dear Mr. Coleman, I know that's me they're talking about because this letter's addressed to me at my address. Even declared that I was a lead AP. Let me know it, girl. We know you're a lead AP. All right. Dear Mr. Coleman, we are writing in response to your email to the claim committee that began on September 25th, 2025, regarding your July 1st, 2025 experience in the Inova Fairfax Hospital Emergency Department. We appreciate your patience We appreciate your patience while reviewing your concern. We completed our review of your encounter on October 7th, 2025. We completed our review. But then they kind of contradicted it with this statement. You shared that you were concerned that the initial evaluation did not include the necessary diagnostic tests to detect gangrene in our review. In our review, it is documented that your care on July 1st was provided by a contracted provider who was not an employee of the Inova health system. As a result, we are not able to evaluate your claim and subsequent requests for, I asked for it all, just so you know. And they wrote it out. Lord, in fact, I see that number sitting there. and must decline your monetary demand. Not based off the fact that I shouldn't get it, but they just let me know that your care on July 1st was provided by a contracted provider. So what they're telling me is, you wrote this letter to us. Now, you need to be writing it to the contracted provider. Okay. We realize our response may not change your experience or perceptions, but we do thank you for taking the time to share your concerns with us. Please know that I know all complaints and identifying opportunities for improvement are taken very seriously. Please feel free to reach out to our email with any additional questions. They said reach out to our email. Don't come in here acting a fool. Reach out to our email, even though I know what he is now. And they know I ain't gonna act but so much of a fool there, because that's the same place where they taking care of my mama. Okay, so I will not act a fool up there. But please feel free to reach out to our email with any additional questions. Yes, all right. The question of the day. You shared that you were concerned that the initial evaluation did not include the necessary diagnosis test to detect gangrene. In our review, it is documented that your care on July 1st was provided by a contracted provider who was not an employee of the Inova health system. As a result, we are unable to evaluate your claim. They couldn't evaluate my claim because the person was not one of their employees. It was a contracted employee. Now, they clearly are stating that we know you got something to say, but it won't on our watch because we had a subcontractor. Well, I happen to be a subcontractor, just not at a medical facility. I am a subcontractor for the utility. And as a subcontractor for the utility, I know one thing that I have to have in order to be able to participate on the contract at all. And that is my own insurance policy that covers my errors and omissions. That's what I gotta have. So, if they have contractors at Inova, their contractors too must provide them with insurance. Your care on July 1st was provided by a contracted provider who was not an employee. So now, if you contracted, that means you have to provide insurance to the general contractor. Because this is the way the general contractor makes sure that they're not responsible for damages that happen on their program, on their facilities. So now you're at this hospital, and the hospital will say, well, not one of our employees was there. This is loophole. And it's the reason why the Creator is displeased with us. We are so far away from the positive insights of just doing what's right. We have perfected. It ain't about even saying, oh, I want to do what's right. No. We have a system that don't focus on what's right, but focuses on you being able to cover your ass when you do wrong. That's sad, but true. So, I really don't know what to tell anybody when we live in a world that is so focused on covering their ass on a regular basis. It's like, I can't even make it up. You have a whole society of those that's just always trying to get away from responsibility. It's the American way. Cover your ass. Cover your ass. The only way they ain't gonna the only way they ain't gonna stash cash ain't going to the flash. Come y'all stash. Or when they just getting richer, I think it's fascist. Some classes and they ain't teaching us the system get a little bit out of line. I think I need my school to be private, just like my jet, or just like my business, stay out of my shit. It's about person. The only way they ain't gonna, unless you cover your, the only way they ain't gonna, unless you cover your, the only way they ain't gonna, unless you cover your, the only way they ain't gonna, unless you cover your, Think they pay attention, Donald took him to class. He got the #1 course on cover. You think when Putin came over, he stood up and passed. He said that I gotta cover my ass. I got too much cash that's invested over in Russia, and over in Prussia, and over in expanded in Mexico or in South America. Too good in America, man. They in places like Fairfax. They paying fair tax. Best school districts, you try to get there. Fair share going. Pursuing rule that you made, higher, wire, fire. They gotta cover your ass, cover the stash. What I'm talking? Come here. How we gonna change it then? Tell them. You better cover your ass. money going in a flash. Or when they just getting richer, I think it's fascist. Classes and they teaching us. The only way. Man, that's wisdom. I don't even want to give you that wisdom. I wish. I mean, really. I wish I could be telling you positivity, only lifting you up with words of encouragement, only. But that's not how it goes. You're going to have to be able to be stable when things ain't right, when things don't seem right, when things ain't to your delight, when things is wrong, when you ain't at your strongest self. That's when you got to know that there's no one else but the Most High on your side, ready to help you get up, ready to help you do what you was made to do, ready to live out your purpose. Wisdom. If I ain't got too much to say about life, the one thing I know about wisdom is what I can pass. Not just now, but to the next generation. What can I say that give them the hat? I don't want to physically just have a hat for my children. I need to give them a hat. And when I say hat, it got to be figurative. When I say hat, I'm talking about history. When I talk about hat, I'm talking about arts. When I talk about hat, I'm talking about technology. I want them to have that combination where they got history, arts, and technology, and they know how to do something with it. They can pursue something. They know how to do something that's true to them. It ain't new to them. It's what the Creator wanted them to be. Hallelujah.